All righty, everyone. Good morning. Let's get started with this beautiful morning with some wonderful spinal stretching. So take your hands, put them together like this, and everybody lift your elbows up, look up, take a deep breath in, and tuck your chins in. And when I say chins, I mean both of these. Ready? Tuck your chins in and breathe out. Ready? And let's breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Two more. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one, and breathe out. Awesome. This is wonderful spinal stretching for your spine. That way you get your neck and your body moving. Anybody ever wake up in the morning and just sleep wrong? Well, that doesn't really work. That doesn't benefit me. So what I want to do, I want to make sure am I recording this? I am. Tremendous. So I want to make sure that those of you that end up sometimes waking up and sleeping wrong have strong neck muscles. So let's roll our heads around. And this is something that's good to do as soon as you wake up in the morning, maybe when you're using the restroom. That way you can just get things moving around because, if you work in early childhood or any field, sometimes you end up looking this way or that way. And if your neck isn't ready, go the other way. If your neck isn't warmed up, then there's going to be challenges. Some challenges are apparently they deciding to do on a Saturday morning the beautiful lawn mowing instead of doing it during the week. So it's all good. All right, next thing we're going to do is hands up in the air and just grab on. And when you grab onto your wrist, just be gentle, get a firm hold, breathe in. And when you breathe out, just pull over here and be gentle with yourself and pull. And what you're doing is you're feeling all of your side body here stretching. Everything that you focus on during the week. We don't really focus a lot on our breathing. Breathe in, breathe out, and just pull across even more. You don't want to go up so much. I want you to pull across because I really want you to feel your whole side body stretching. And your ribs are so important. They surround your lungs, but they have muscles around them. Breathe in, breathe out, and pull across even more. And those muscles, every time that you cough, every time that you sneeze, every time that um, you laugh, those muscles tighten up, and if you don't stretch them, it becomes challenging to breathe. Let's come back up. All right, and just move your arm around a little bit and notice if this space isn't a little bit looser. Awesome. Take a breath in, take a breath out, and we're going to go like this and grab onto the other wrist and then just gently pull. Just gently pull, just like that. Awesome. Buddy! And as you're doing this, I want you to think about all this space opening up in between your ribs and all the muscles, and breathe in and breathe out and pull. And sometimes we get distracted with our brain. So let me tell you some bad jokes. Knock, knock, hatch, bless you. There you go. You didn't like that one? Come on, you're going to use it. Pull a little bit more. Notice if your brain is going to be talking at you, telling you stop stretching, you don't deserve it, and just pull. And when you breathe in, take a nice deep breath, and again, try to expand your lungs so you're pushing the air when you breathe in out there and opening back and forth. Let's see. Mushroom walks into a bar. Bartender says, "I can't serve you." Mushroom goes, "Why? I'm a fun guy." I know a lot of you heard that already. And then he looked around and said, "You know what? I'm going to get out of here. There's not much room anyway." Ah, waka waka. Okay, come back just like that. Oh, okay. Now check in with yourself and notice how your side body feels. Awesome. If you like the way this feels, tremendous. If you don't like the way this feels, log off because you're going to be feeling these sensations again in a little bit. Just going to position my fan. Hopefully, you guys have some sort of coffee or drinking poo or something with you. So tremendous. And let's roll our head around and now check in over there. And now you're going to look up and down and up and down and up and down. And notice every single time you go up, notice if when you look up, you feel this stretching right here. And that's good because our neck muscles get tight and it doesn't benefit us to have tight neck muscles. Okay, so now first thing we're going to do is we're going to strengthen our neck muscles to make sure that these neck muscles are strong because I don't want you to be the person that maybe you're sitting at a red light and somebody hits you from behind going 5-10 miles per hour, and then your head, of course, not being on the, what is that thing called? The head rest. So, of course, your head not being on the headrest, he just floats there. And then if you remember those crash test dummy commercials, what happens is somebody taps you from behind, and then as your head is floating, instead of being on the headrest, your whole body moves forward and your head snaps back. Then as the car settles, your head is now snapping forward, and you wonder why you can have possible neck pain. So the first part is got to make sure to get your neck muscles strong. So take your hand, put it on your forehead, give yourself a biff, just like that. Cool. Now breathe in and breathe out, and push your head into your hand and your hand into your head, just like that. Awesome. I just want to switch the view a little bit because I'm wondering if I'm recording this, then all you're going to see is me in the corner. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Tama. Hello, Andrea. Hello, everyone that joined. I appreciate you for jumping in on the first one. This was an idea yesterday. I'm going to do these every 2 weeks. Awesome sauce. Okay, take your hand, put it behind the back of your head, and now push. Push your head into your hand. Push your hand into your head. Awesome. And feeling those neck muscles tighten. Yes, you do have neck muscles. Tremendous. All right, now next thing, take your hand, put it on the side just like this. Breathe in. Breathe out and push your hand into your head and your head into your hand. Awesome. And now do the other side. Put your hand on the side and push and feel these neck muscles working and resisting. This is called dynamic tension. It's really good for your body to build muscle. All right, awesome. Now check in with your neck. While you do that, I'm going to wipe off this because it's super humid. There you go, down here in South Florida. So I may have to do that wiping a little bit more. Tremendous. I'm on Instagram as well doing this. Awesome sauce. Thank you for being patient with my ADHD. And our duck is somewhere on the roof. Okay, cool. Yeah, we adopted a ducky a couple of months ago. Okay, now our neck muscles are nice and strong, and we felt like we worked them. It took a whole 30 seconds. Maybe somebody will actually put it in their calendar to remember. Maybe your brain might go, nah, I don't need to. I'll remember to do it. And your heart goes, you're not going to remember. And that's okay. That's the balance in life. Listening to your brain, listening to your heart, and then making decisions based on one of them. So first thing I want you to do when it comes to stretching now, take your hands, put them behind the back of your head. If you just went like this one at a time, hey, that's fine. Everyone's got a pass. And now tuck your chins in. And this is, again, being gentle with yourself. Being gentle. And you may notice that you may be feeling tightness just up here. Got it. Some of you, and notice I'm not just pulling my head, taking my hands, just gently giving a little push. I have all these chins here that are providing resistance. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And as you breathe in, breathe out, and push down gently. And notice, are you just feeling this to the top here? Are you feeling this to the mid part of your back? Or are you feeling this all the way down the lower part of your back? And if you're feeling it up here or there or whatever, ask your body, what do you think that means? If you feel it up here and you're not feeling it all the way down, then maybe your neck's not so tight. If you're feeling this all the way down to your lower back, let your head go up. There you go. If you're feeling the lower part of your back, maybe consider doing this stretch once in a while. That way, your body doesn't decide one day, hey, you know how your lower back has been feeling really good? Well, I'm going to shut that down because you haven't been stretching. Anybody ever pull their lower back? Absolutely. I pulled my lower back getting off a massage table. That was absolutely insane because my lower back felt so good and so wonderful. I got off the massage table. This was a decade ago. And it didn't benefit me. So lower back, we're going to work on that a little bit too. Awesome. Now take your head and lift it up in the air. Remember when we did this, we felt these neck muscles. So we're going to eat the air. Everyone go like this, like you're eating mommy's food, little baby bird. Eating mommy's food that she's giving you, and go like this. Go, um, um, and doing it slow. How many of you feel all this stretching happening right here, especially on the sides going down? So these are your sternocleidoid mastoid muscles, your SCM muscles. If you do this 5-10 times a day, you'll notice that this is going to start tightening and pulling back a little bit. How many of you remember Thanksgiving? And when you were at Thanksgiving, you're looking across the table and you see somebody that across the table that looks like they should be on the Thanksgiving table because they got that like gobble thing. You know what I'm talking about? That gobble. Oh, how many of you are checking right now? You're like, somebody's in your room right now. You're like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Blah, 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 blah. So if you have that gobble neck, that's cool. But if you want to slowly get rid of it, doing this tightens up your SCM muscles. These tighten, they get stronger, and they pull the skin back. So you can also save yourself like $5,000 or $10,000 if you don't want to get that removed. Cool. All right. Now, next thing we're gonna do, gently, just let your head drop over. Be gentle. I know it's a big old melon. How many of you know your head weighs like 15 pounds, 10 pounds? Maybe that's a bowling ball. I'm not sure. But as you're doing this, and when you're doing all this stretching, as you're doing this, again, just be gentle with yourself. I want you just to enjoy this process. Enjoy feeling all this stretching slow. Now, one of my favorite classes to go to is called a yoga class to go to is called the Raja class, RHAA, where you're sitting on the floor, laying down for an hour, and all you're doing is light stretching, just like that stretching that we did before, but it's longer and it's deeper. Now, as you're holding this, some of you, your brain might have said, okay, it's time to sit up, don't stretch anymore, you don't deserve to stretch. Some of you are so zen and just so into the stretch, you want to feel this even more. Now, with this hand, try to line it up like a straight line going down and then point. Oh. And notice when you're pointing, notice how you feel. And then point a little bit more. And now breathe in and breathe out. And one more time, point. And notice your head just gently stretching even more. This is the point of this. Do this. And if you're working in a classroom or you're working in an office, you can do this stretch anywhere, anytime that you want. The only thing that's going to get in your way of doing this stretch is your breath. Okay, now gently grab your head and just lift it up a little bit. And again, we're just being gentle and just move your head back and forth and notice. I mean, for me, my head goes all the way here, and the other side, it's like, okay, this is the top point. So now we'll stretch the other side. Take a breath in, take a breath out, and just there you go. Nice and easy. There's something called fascia, which I only learned about 7 or 8 years ago. It's amazing there's so many things out there that we think we know that we just don't until we learn it. And fascia, Fascia, is a membrane between the skin and the muscles. And it's a fibrous membrane. By the way, don't believe anything that I say. Actually, do your own research, look it up. And what happens is this is where the tightness of the body happens. How many of you are noticing your head is just gently folding over? Try not to give up on the stretch, no matter what your brain says. And now with this hand, point in that direction, just point, there you go, and just feel all that stretching happening up and down. And again, the purpose of me talking at you is also just to keep you engaged so that you let this stretch happen, because a lot of times I won't even stretch myself this long because my brain starts talking. That's enough. You did it, move on. There's other stretches, have a cup of coffee, blah, 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 this and that. So it's always there. Breathe in, breathe out, and point, and enjoy, and try like we were doing with the rib cage. When you breathe in, try to breathe in and like visualize sending the air there. One more time as you breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. Wow, it seems like they were doing landscaping literally like right outside. That's so funny. Okay, cool. And then just be gentle with yourself and just lift your head up just like that. Awesome. All right, check in with your neck. Grab a sip of something if you got it. Cheers to everybody that's on board here. Just had Turkish coffee about 3 weeks ago at a restaurant and fell in love with it. Been making Turkish coffee ever since. It's so easy too. It's like a button. All righty then. Cool. Let's go into some breathing, some breath work. Breath work is super important because oxygen makes us feel amazing and we forget to breathe. How many of you, if you're in an early childhood classroom, the only breath that you ever take is when you go, when you do like a fake surprise look, and even a sip of coffee, a fake surprise look to one of your kids. So let's do a couple of different types of breathing. First, let's check out how you breathe. So take one hand, put it on your chest, collarbone area. Other hand, put it on your belly region. Nicely done. And let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Now, one more time, breathe in and breathe out. Now, where do you feel this? Where do you feel this? Do you feel this like your chest and shoulders are rising? Do you feel this like your belly's moving back and forth, or a combination of both? So let's try this either eyes open or eyes closed. The eyes closed helps me focus a little bit more for about 3-5 seconds. And I start thinking about Thundercats and G.I. Joe and Transformers, and they're filming the new Street Fighter movie right now. And it just, my brain just goes. So this is the breath work. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. And notice where you're breathing in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Is your stomach going in and out more? Is your shoulders or your chest going out more? One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. How many of you feel even 1% calmer? How many of you feel just if you actually figured out a way how to take 3 breaths for yourself, that moment, that minute, that hour might be different. So were you breathing in and out more with your chest or shoulders? Were you breathing in and out more with your belly? Or was it a combination of both? Cool. So now let's focus on intentional belly breathing. Before we do that, I want to teach you a mudra, M-U-D-R-A, which is a way to hold your hands that will actually help you breathing. And we're all so connected energetically with our body. Anybody that knows acupressure, acupuncture, it's amazing. Right now, take the deepest breath that you can and breathe out. Okay, cool. Now take your hands, put them together like this, and then with your middle finger, just put them. Oh, did I just do that? Okay, and this is unprofessional development. Ready? So, I mean, if I did that, I'm also flipping myself off this. Okay, ready? And now take a deep breath in as deep as you can. And breathe out. All right, one more. Ready? Let your fingers go so you can feel the difference. And breathe out. And now do the mudra. Breathe in. And breathe out. So that's also something you can definitely teach your kids or do that with yourself. And I'm sure there's a joke in there too about doing it this way. I'll come up with it. Don't worry. Ready? Now, let's focus on our big belly breathing. And when we do big belly breathing, we're intentionally just using our stomach muscles. And I know some of you are like, stomach muscles? I haven't had stomach muscles in knows how long. That's totally fine. They're in there. Mine is buried underneath a nice protective layer of empanadas, mango, and root beer. So I completely understand. 2 hands on your belly. Breathe in. Make your belly big. And when you make your belly big, just stick your belly out. Do the opposite of what you do when it's first time to go into the beach or the pool and you haven't worked out because second week of January came around and you said, I'll make another resolution next year. Awesome. So ready, make your belly big. All right. And when you breathe out, pull your stomach muscles in. Keep pulling them in. Keep pulling them in. Keep pulling them in and make your belly small. Okay, ready? And breathe in. And breathe out. Now let's do it with the mudra. Hands together. Middle fingers together. Ready? And breathe in. And breathe out. How cool is that? I love that. Let's do some energy work. Put your hands together, rub them together. Rub them together. If you never experienced energy work or Reiki, R-E-I-K-I, this might be fun for you. If you have experienced it and you're also already like a Reiki master or a magician, Awesome. Now, rub your knuckles together. Rub these knuckles together. Rub these knuckles together. Okay, ready? Now put your hands together and pull them apart. And there it is. How many of you feel that between your hands? How many of you feel like a pushing, pulling sensation? How many of you look at your hands, you notice they're going back and forth because in your hands, you feel like a block of energy pushing. Pull your hands apart even more. If you don't feel it, that's okay. Some people are more sensitive to energy. If you still feel it, pull your hands apart even more and have fun. And notice that when you push, notice if you feel the sensation pushing back and forth. Keep doing it. For those of you that just want to try it again, rub your hands together, create the heat, create the heat. Now that you know what we're doing, how many of you have a program in your brain go, well, I need to know what we're doing until whatever, and then I'll do it, instead of just trusting that the person that is doing the seminar, doing the thing, kind of knows what they're talking about. It's just jumping in, feet first. Ready? Pull your hands apart. Nice. Now, if you want, close your eyes. See if you're more sensitive to it. Pull it apart even more. Love it. All right, let's do some inner child work. And now gently wrap your hands around yourself. Stay there. Hugging your inner child. Take a breath in if you like. Say, I love you, me. Let's go the other way. And think about any age when you were a child. If your inner teenager pops up, give them a hug. If your inner preschooler pops up, just imagine yourself with your arms open, embracing them. Say, I love you, me. This is challenging to some, especially guys that I know that aren't really taught to be connected to their inner child. Anyone who hasn't been connected to their inner child, anyone who has been taught to grow up, anyone that has been taught if you can't make money doing something, then don't do it, and then you stopped on your dream. My wife, this week, her inner child is so happy because she started sewing classes. Yep, she went twice, so excited, and she created a pillowcase, and it is the best pillowcase I've ever seen. And she's so happy when she's showing me the threading and the stitching. So I ask you, after this, is there one thing that your inner child loves to do? Did you love playing video games and now you don't do it? Well, why not? Warm up that Neo Geo and get that thing going and play some video games, sing, dance, do something for 5 seconds. Just so your inner child that you just hugged goes, hey, you remember who I am? And try it. You never know. Let's do some more breathing. Let's do some cold breathing. So cold breathing is a way to relax yourself if you're in a state of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And what do I mean by that? If you have a situation, somebody cuts you off and you're driving or something happens, you feel that heightened state. So a way to do cold breathing, a way to calm yourself is to take a cold breath. So take your tongue, this one, put it behind the back of your bottom teeth, like that. Okay, cool. Now repeat after me. We're going to do the Princess Bride test to make sure that you have the proper tongue positioning. Ready? So tongue behind the back of your bottom teeth. Repeat after me. Love, true love, is a magical experience. Okay, ready? One more time. Say, repeat after me. Ready? Say, marriage. Okay, if you sounded like me, then your tongue's in the proper tongue positioning. If you don't know what the Princess Bride test is, it's based on a movie called The Princess Bride that if you haven't seen it or you want a fun, loving movie, add it to your movie list. It's just magical. Now, with your tongue behind the back of your bottom teeth, go like this. And suck in air through a straw. And what do you notice? How many of you notice that cooling sensation? One more time. Breathe in with your tongue behind the back of your bottom teeth. And breathe out. Nice. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, I'm going to tell you one sentence that I want you, actually a question I want you to ask your brain that will help you get to a state where you can even take a cold breath, because sometimes we get in a frustrated state, we're upset, we're this, we're that, and then it's just challenging. So ask yourself this question. Ready? We'll take a sip of coffee. Everybody take a sip of something. Ask yourself this question in your brain. I wonder what my next thought will be. What happened? How many of you, the voice in your head just, it went blank? How many of you just went quiet? Anybody just feel like, oh, like finally my mother's voice isn't, blah, 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 blah. I absolutely totally get it. So what happens is when you ask your brain, I wonder what my next thought will be, wonder isn't a part of the brain. The brain is designed to be right, make others wrong, keep you safe, be able to do math, make sure you go to the bathroom when you're supposed to, all these different things. When it comes to wonder, that's the heart's domain, that's the heart's territory. So if you try asking yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be, and then it goes quiet for 1 to 2 seconds, which is pretty much the only quiet that I get up in this ADHD gifted brain that's going, then you can take 2 cold breaths and remember, oh, I was just about to react to a child. I was just about to react to traffic. I was about to react to somebody on the TV, which would get me upset. So let's put it all together. Ready? So think about something that upsets you, something that frustrates you. Ready? Now, ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be. And then put your hands together, do the mudra, not the fingers, middle fingers together. And now cold breath in, cold breath out. Cold breath in, cold breath out. Cool. And now for the next 3 minutes, we're going to do a quick meditation, because a meditation could be 30 seconds or longer. It doesn't matter. So eyes closed, wherever you are, take a cold breath in and breathe out. And imagine you're in a dark room, completely pitch black, and a spotlight, just like in those Pixar films at the end, a spotlight pops up on your feet, and it just highlights your feet and your shins. And breathing in and breathing out, your feet and your shins turn to sand and they just melt away. And as you're breathing in and as you're breathing out, the spotlight slowly moves to your knees and to your legs. And as you're breathing in, as you're breathing out, your knees and legs turn to sand and just melt away and wash away. And breathing in, take a cold breath. And breathing out, the spotlight goes up to your belly and to your forearms and hands. And breathe in and breathe out. And your hands and your forearms and your belly turn into sand. And the sand just washes away. And as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, the spotlight goes up to your elbows and your arms and your chest. And by the way, you have the best pair of sunglasses on. So when the spotlight moves onto your head, you won't even feel it. It won't even be brighter. But right now, noticing your hands, your forearms, your arms, your chest, and it turns into sand. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, that sand washes away. And as you breathe in and beautifully breathe out, your head and your shoulders and your neck turn into sand. And on your next exhale, everything just melts and the sand washes away. And you're left with a beautiful spirit. Now take 30 seconds for yourself to breathe and enjoy this feeling, knowing you can come back to it whenever you want. 30 seconds, go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your body around, gently open your eyes. And I hope you have a magical rest of your day. I'll be doing this every 2 weeks. Next one is on the 20th.